Hello everyone, my name is Kyra Wells and I'm going to show you how to make this very cool retro game night flyer using Canva.com. Canva is an online graphic design program that allows you to create and personalize so many different materials such as social media flyers, business cards, labels, presentations, and much, much more. So to get started, once you're done logging in to Canva.com, you are going to go to the tab that says social media. And under that tab, you will select the first one that says Instagram post. This will give us the correct size for our Instagram flyer. So over here, you can see where Canva allows you to use templates if you'd like. So they have so many different Instagram templates of different posts that you can create. But for the purposes of this video, we are going to make our own design. So the first thing we're going to do is create a background. So we're going to use this tab that says background and select that. And then we are going to select a color from this wheel here. We want to click new color by selecting this rainbow of colors. And we're going to navigate somewhere in the blue section. So we want to get something like a deep blue. That looks pretty good. Now the next thing to do is add our different elements. So to start, we can add some diagonal stripes. And you can do that by typing right in this search bar. I have already searched it before and Canva keeps your history, so I'm going to click this where I already searched it. So you can scroll down until you see this hexagon shape. And once you find that, you're going to click it and drag it onto the canvas. Once you have that placed on your canvas, you're going to change the color to white. Great. Next thing you're going to do is right click and you will see an icon for copying. You can also click Control C on a PC or Command C on a Mac. And I just copied and pasted a new hexagon onto the board. Now I'm going to resize this hexagon to be a bit smaller than the other one. That looks pretty good. The next thing we're going to do is change the transparency on these elements. They are very prominent right now, and when we put the text over top, it may be hard to read the text. So we want to bring that down a little bit by changing the transparency. So one of the ways we can do that is using this icon that's all the way over to the right. It looks like a checkerboard, and when you select it, it says transparency. In other graphic design softwares, if you're familiar with using them, it may be called opacity. So we're going to bring the transparency down to about 30%. You can either use this sliding bar or you can just type it in here. For this one, I'm going to type it in. Great. Now we are going to add our Game Boy icon. So we can go to our Elements panel and we are going to search video game. And once again, I've already searched it before, so it's in my drop down and you will most likely have to type it in. You're going to scroll down until you see this blue and pink video game. Enlarge it using the bottom right module, and your cursor will turn to a double arrow, and all you want to do is drag it down and to the right and begin to adjust. And then you can do the same thing on the left side and then adjust until it feels right to you. Great. So another thing we're going to add is a couple circles also to our design. So you can search circle and you'll see these white circles that don't have a center to them. These are the ones that we want. So you're going to drag it into your canvas and resize just by dragging the corner down and change the color just like that. And we're going to duplicate it. Another way you can duplicate beyond just copying and pasting is you can hold down the Alt key on your PC or Option key on your Mac, and you will have a duplicate copy of your shape. And we can enlarge that. And I think we're going to do a little bit of changes here. Let's look at revising our composition a little bit. We're going to make this diagonal a bit smaller and this diagonal a bit larger. Cool. The next thing to do is add our text. We're going to start with that middle text that says Game Night. So Canva has these really cool font combinations that already have these very beautiful effects on them when you visit the text area. So we can search in our search bar game. And you get this type here in our font style that says Game On. This represents a really retro theme that is common to video games of that era. And so once we place it on the screen, we are going to type night. And we can see our type is a little too big to fit within the space. So all you have to do is go up to the top bar where you can change the font, and you can change the size of the font as well. So I think we're going to change it to about 80. And you'll see this T is still down below the word night. And so we're just going to drag it out to the side and then do a little readjusting. And now it's perfectly in the center. Next, we're going to add the rest of our text. So the first thing we're going to do is add a heading. And you can just click that button and drag your text right onto the screen. The default font is Open Sans Extra Bold, but for our purposes, we will not be using that font. We're going to be using a different font that is called Endem. So you can go ahead and type that in the search bar. And we're going to type out Arcade 1 Presents. This is where whatever the name of your organization is, it would go in this space. And then you're going to move that text and bring it right above the video game. We also want to add a cool glow effect to this text to give it that retro 80s feel. In order to do that, you're going to select Effects up here on the text panel. And then select Neon. Canva gives you the opportunity to adjust the intensity of the glow, so we can make it really intense or we can reduce the intensity. I'm going to leave the intensity around 30%. Next, we're going to add our other text and information. So we need to add a date. And an easy way to do this, because we're using a similar font, is to go ahead and copy our Arcade 1% font. So I'm just going to hit Command C on my keyboard and Command V. Control C for PC and Control V for pasting on PC. Now I'm going to change the text to October, and then I'm going to copy it again and paste it again, and 16. So this is the day of our event. You can select both of them at once by clicking Shift as you select, and you can select two things at once or multiple things, and we can enlarge the size. So we want to line this up with the Game Boy. So we're just going to kind of move our text so that it lines up nicely. And now I'm also going to increase the size of 16 so that it fits right under October. Now I like the glow effect on the 16, but I'm not sure that it's necessary on the October. So we're going to actually remove the effect here on October. So all you have to do is go back to Effects and click None. Then on the 16, we can change this color and even still include the effect. So the best way to do this is going up and changing the color of the text with this, using this icon that has the A and the rainbow up below it. And you can pan over to a nice blue color that's similar to the blue that we have in our design already. And there we go. Very cool. I think we're also going to change our October font into a different one. Maybe one that's a little more similar to the game night font. So if you're ever using one of the Canva pre-made font styles, you can always click the font style and see what font that is. So this font is HK Modular. So we're going to change this to HK Modular. That way the Endem font that has the glow feels a little more special. So HK Modular. Great. And we're just going to change the size a little bit so that it fits a little bit better in that space. Nice. Now we need to add the time of the event, which is 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And obviously this is way too big, so it is going off of the page, so we need to reduce the size. I'd say reduce it to about 24 points, or whatever's comfortable for the time of your event. We're also going to move all of this text up. Once again, click and hold Shift, and you can move all your text up. Next thing we're going to do is add our dividing line. And to do that, you're going to go back to Elements. You're going to type Line. You're going to select the one that is second in the icon list, which is the dotted line. And we're going to rotate this line to be completely vertical using the rotation icon here with the two circular arrows. And you'll see it get really large at first. And all you have to do once it gets really big is find the corner by dragging down your shape and just bringing it down in size. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to move our text too so that it fits a little better in this space. Now we can change the color of our line. So let's change it from this mauve color to white. And you can just do that right here by clicking the colors area. We're almost done here. We have to just add our other text, and you can do that by clicking add a subheading or add a heading, whichever one you choose. They're all customizable. And for this type, we are going to use a different font, and it is called Bebes New. This is a really clean font that is easy to read, but also very flexible because of its width. It's not so wide that it takes up too much space. Okay, so now we're just gonna reduce the size so it fits better, and that's a little too small, but that's okay. We can enlarge it just like this. You can select all your text, and we're going to change the line height. So this area with the lines and the up and down arrows is the line height, and so we're going to adjust this so that it fits a little bit tighter and we have a little more space to work with our other text. Now we're going to duplicate this. I'm going to hold down Alt and select to duplicate, and now we're going to write food, music, games. And on a PC, we are using a command to create bullets between our type. I believe on a Mac the command is Option Shift 8, but on a PC the command is Alt 0149, and it creates the bullet. So I'm going to do that again, Alt 0149, and it's going to create another bullet for me. And now this time I'm going to change my text to a pink color to reflect the pink that is in our video game. And this just draws attention to some of the fun things that are at this game night event. Lastly, we're going to add the location of the event. And the location is at the Civic Center. So we're going to just type Civic Center. And this time we're going to change the font again. And we're going to use that HK modular font. We're going to make it a little bit smaller to about, let's say, 21 points. And we're going to change the color of this to blue. And next we're just going to add the location address, and we just want to reduce the font size down. That's a little too small, so about 16 points is good. So we're just going to put in our address. And lastly, we just have to add the cost of the admission to the event. So to do that, we're going to just go back to our elements, and we're going to enter circle. Select the circle icon over on the left side and drag it onto our canvas. And then we are going to change the color to pink to match our Game Boy. Now we are going to add our text, and we can add a heading, change our font to HK modular, and put $5, which is the price of our event. You, of course, will put the price of your event, whatever that cost may be. And we just want to fit that into the space. And to add a nice bit of contrast, I'm just going to copy my Join Us space, and we're going to put admission. And maybe we'll make the circle just a little bit bigger. This is a time where you look over your design for any final adjustments that you may want to make. Great, so we are all done with our game night flyer. The last thing to do is just to download. So once you're done, you can select download, and Canva gives you the option of creating a PNG, a JPEG, or PDF if you wanted to even print it out, and many other options. So you want to click download when you're done. Downloads right to your computer and you are ready to upload. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you all enjoyed this video and learning more about how to create your very own game night flyer using Canva. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.